Go.
Today, prepare for Titanfall with slightly less fidelity than you were expecting. This is CheckPoint.
Welcome to CheckPoint, back after a one-week hiatus due to illness. Graham, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good, but I'm still a little bit nasally.
You know what? Good enough. On with the show! Ouya isn't just freeing the games, the company is setting its OS free. Now you can get the Ouya OS on your Mad Catz Mojo for extra Android delight. But you'll also be able to put Ouya OS on your PC, so you can play all those Ouya exclusives. Look, I know Ouya is spinning this as a cool extension of their ecosystem, but it's hard not to see this as a failure of their console, which is actually amazing to me because I always thought the coolest thing about the Ouya was its hardware, in so much that you could wipe the Ouya stuff off and put XBMC on it instead. Anyhow, it looks like Ouya is not doing so well, which is sad but not surprising. You're going to have a pretty hard time revolutionizing the video game industry if you don't know what your market is, why people would want to buy your console, or any idea of how to monetize your platform. Someone should really hire me to consult on stuff like this.
Have you ever wanted to compete in a real-life Mario Kart? Well then, you may be totally insane, but you're in luck. The combined powers of Nintendo and Pennzoil have brought a real-life Mario Kart experience to the South by Southwest Expo in Austin this week. You ride around a track and can roll over icons on the ground, which an RFID chip on the cart recognizes and affects the race, to a very small degree. The carts are set to a top speed of mediocre, and if you drive over a speed boost, it goes faster. You can also hit icons that slow you down even more. A proposed icon of a banana that would temporarily loosen a cart's steering was cut due to safety concerns. Because Mario Kart is actually super dangerous. What would the blue shell do? Just stop whoever's in first? That is a one-way ticket to Whiplash Town. Would the red shell just be an actual heat-seeking missile? Wow, this was a terrible idea.
Okay, I'm sure you're all familiar with the Xbox One not doing 1080p for Titanfall, aka the worst disaster to befall mankind in our long history upon this small blue sphere. But you know what? It's not that bad. The Xbox One version of Titanfall is going to be 792p, which is 10% more than 720p, so it'll look slightly better when upsampled to 1080p on your HD TV. And they have plans to patch it up to 900p. But if you're inventing bespoke resolutions, why stop there? Why not 850p Latipus? Slightly less upsampling with vastly improved aquatic mammal graphics. 902.314159863p. Looks about the same as 900p, but it makes you feel cool and sciencey when you say it. I feel like since they're clearly just coming up with this stuff as they go along, they should just embrace it and adopt the motto for whose line is it anyways scoring. Titanfall, the game where the numbers are made up and the resolution doesn't matter.
Wolfram Alpha, the computation engine, knowledge base, and best way to find out how many long tons are in a bale of cotton, has released the Wolfram language, a programming language that uses the Wolfram Alpha knowledge base for shortcuts. Applied to gaming, this could mean that a developer working on a physics engine wouldn't need to work out the real-world physical properties of steel. They could just say, this is steel, and Wolfram Alpha knows what steel is and applies that numbers that you need. Imagine the possibilities. This wall is made of balsa wood, the floor is Victoria sponge, and the ceiling is triple cream brie. Now equip your rubberized sword of jam and fight the silly putty ninjas.
Valve and Cryptozoic are making a Portal board game. We don't know much about it, but it's 2 to 4 players and it is not at all team-based. Like really. They've released a small picture of the board and told us the working title is Portal Uncooperative Cake Acquisition Game. It looks like Snakes and Ladders, only with less punching.
Wait, less punching?
Didn't your sister punch you every time you went up a ladder and every time she went down a snake?
No.
Wow, Canadian rule Snakes and Ladders is for wimps.
Right.
Coming up, Lollipop Chainsaw has sold 1 million copies, making it Suda51's most successful game. Expect more cheerleaders in his future projects.